On track, on road, on Avons.
Welcome to Oulton Park in Cheshire for round 2 of the British GT Championship. Now, this superb track is a place that's a firm favourite with the drivers. However, due to its unforgiving nature, it's also a track that demands respect.
It's a narrow track, it's a tight track, but at the same time it's got mixtures of really fast corners.
It's a very challenging track, it's good fun, it's quite quick, but it is actually pretty narrow for these big GT cars. It's definitely going to be an interesting race.
It's very demanding on the car as well as the driver here. Luckily there's not as many GT3s this year, but with a bigger grid of GT4s it could make it harder for the GT3 cars to come through.
A GT3 car isn't exactly the narrowest of cars. It's quite tough at times, obviously they're battling and you're battling, but obviously we don't want to be weaving around in their way.
Not a lot of margin for error here, but it's a great circuit. Basically, you just got to be on it and push all the time. Don't give any leeway, but don't make any mistakes. You make a mistake here, it's not very forgiving.
Now, last time out, the season got underway in superb style with some awesome action. Let's take a look back with Martin Haven.
British GT 2015 is go! Down to Cascades and drama. Off goes the Aston, off goes the McLaren. Watson inside, great move for second. Yusuf challenging for the lead in GT4. Around the outside, he's through. That's Watson in the McLaren and into the barriers. McLaren on the grass, he saved it, but the Aston's off, that's trouble. In traffic at Old Hall, here's a chance. McKinnon down the inside, there's contact. Into the wall, Johnson and McKinnon is off. GT4 leader in the pits. Safety car is out. That is going to change the face of the race. Ferrari comes in from second, Adam Carroll will take over. Laurie Butcher, Adam Carroll's in front, change for the lead, and Carroll's holding him up. Adam Carroll is going to win this on the road, but the stewards are looking at that pit lane incident. Graham Johnson, Mike Robinson winning GT4. Well, the stewards did penalise the FF Corsa Ferrari for holding up Rory Butcher in the pits, handing the win to the Oman Racing Aston team, who lead the GT3 standings. In GT4, our winners, Johnson and Robinson, head the points, but with so many cars, it's going to be a busy season. Oulton Park saw the debut of what has to be the youngest driver lineup ever in British GT history. 16-year-old Jamie Chadwick took the wheel of the Beechstein GT4 Aston Martin, along with her teammate 18-year-old Ross Gunn.
I think we are actually the youngest ever British GT drivers partnership on the grid, which is quite exciting for us and everyone in the team. Hopefully we can do a fantastic job together. It's going to be a good year, I feel.
Before this I was doing Ginetta Juniors, and that was the only thing I could do, limited by age, I'm only 16. Ginetta Junior, 96 horsepower on road tyres to this beast, which is 400 odd horsepower on slicks and is a proper machine.
Certainly a huge change from what I've been used to. BRDC Formula 4 was obviously very light and also less power. So with the Aston Martin, for sure, it takes off when you put your foot down, but it is slower in the corners because it doesn't have any downforce and it has more weight. But it's been a nice transition. I felt like I was quite comfortable pretty quickly in the car.
The car is a road car. You can feel the origins of the car because it is designed for the road. To be honest, adapting to the car hasn't been the hardest bit at all. It's more the procedures and things that come with GT racing, like pit stops and everything else, and the longer durations that have caught me out a bit. But yeah, looking forward to it, and yeah, it's not going too badly at all.
It's race time here at Oulton Park, and as you can see, as we head into race 2 in the British GT Championship, the sun has come out to grace us with her presence. Now let me tell you who's at the front of the pack for GT4. Well, it's the Ginetta of David Patterson and Luke Davenport. But how about pole for here in the GT3s? Well, of course, it's the 2013 championship winning car. In fact, there's Andrew Howard, the man who won it. And who are they up against? Well, Gary Eastwood and Adam Carroll.
Round 2 of the Avon Tyres British GT Championship. Johnny Adam on pole in the Beechstein Aston from Adam Carroll in the FF Corsa Ferrari. A massive pack behind, unleashed here at Oulton Park. Great start by Johnny Adam. Adam Carroll there in the red Ferrari, slow, and on that side of the track they're being held up. The inside queue has gone through. Phil Keane up to second, on board with Lewis Plato. Aston surviving a trip across the grass, very close here. Adam Carroll back to second, already in the Ferrari ahead of Phil Keane. Guys who started on the outside front row have done very well. Behind that green BMW, the Ginetta in fourth of Mike Simpson, and Rory Butcher went through the inside with him. On board with Lewis Plato, Benny Simonson's Ferrari in front, and Mac Jackson in the Aston Martin. Down into the Shell Oils hairpin, using the banking here, deep down on the inside. Aston Martin right in front of us as we ride on board in the Mercedes. There's the Merc, the Aston with the pale blue stripes. To the chicane, bumping over the curbs, shorten the track as much as humanly possible. Battle for fifth coming down under braking, the orange and black Aston Martin. Race 1 winner Rory Butcher, Joe Osborne's BMW right behind him, the white 888 car, and Alexander Sims in another BMW. GT4 leaders in front. We ride with Gavin Kershaw in the Lotus that led race 1. Bradley Ellis on the left, 46, the Twisted Parker car. Luke Davenport, Ginetta right in front of him. That's the Tolman Motorsport car. We've got company on the outside. That's Stephen Hodgetts in the Toyota. Tom Oliphant out of 10th place on the mud at the Shell Oils hairpin. Safety car's been scrambled to rescue him. Let's take a look at what happened. On board, not too far back with Lewis Plato, and you can see he just runs wide, all over the mud, no escape. Oliphant back on track and leaving mud everywhere. Johnny Adam jumping away again from Adam Carroll, Phil Keane in third place. This battle continues, Mike Simpson ahead of Rory Butcher. Fifth place GT4 battle here. In the middle is the number 50 Ginetta that won race 1. The other 3 cars, all Aston Martin GT4s. Ross Gunn in front of us, the 18-year-old. Behind, Dennis Strandberg and Jake Giddings in the pink and black car. They, like Ross Gunn, are all part of the Aston Martin Evolution Academy. It's something that the factory is doing to help young Aston drivers, giving them advice from trainers and from the factory drivers like Darren Turner to help with their careers. Busy race in the GT4 class. Oh, and there's trouble. Sean Hollenby is off. Broken wheel and damage at the back. That looks like contact. There's your race leader, Johnny Adam in the 007, not getting away from Adam Carroll's Ferrari. Phil Keane with the green highlights, still in third ahead of Mike Simpson and Rory Butcher. Second place battle in GT4, Bradley Ellis in the number 46 car, under pressure from Gavin Kershaw. The Lotus, good run through Druids as the Ginetta drifted a little wide. He'll go down the inside for second place. Don't forget that Lotus led up to the pit stops in race 1. Only the safety car coming out at the wrong time really put the kibosh on them winning. So out in front, Luke Davenport, the number 56 Tolman Motorsport car. Great livery, unmistakable that car. A little further back, Mike Robinson's Ginetta, still all over the back of the 407 Aston Martin. That's Ross Gunn, still in 5th place in this GT4 class. And the Aston Martin train, the Ginetta, checks his mirrors because there's another Ginetta behind coming alongside. That is Tom Oliphant in the Ginetta GT3 that was off earlier. He's delayed, trying to make up for lost time. In front of them, Stephen Hodgetts in the Toyota GT86, Jamie Stanley's Ginetta right behind. And the Toyota running as a GT4 spec car, but in the invitational class. Through goes the GT3 Ginetta. You can see how much more developed that looks than the GT4 spec cars. Mike Robinson still giving chase now. Little pause in his battle with Ross Gunn's Aston Martin in front. With all the traffic around them, this is going to be a battle that goes on and on. GT4 car through all trouble for the Toyota. Left front wheel has come loose. That looks like a suspension collapse, and ironically that's where their race finished in race 1. Take a look here as he turns in. Left upright has gone, or the track control arm, one or the other. That left front suspension not doing much good. Change for the lead. Adam Carroll in front in the Ferrari. Johnny Adam in second as they come down to the Shell Oil hairpin. So where did that happen? Looks like Adam Carroll might have got a jump on him running across the start-finish line. Let's take a look. Yes, it was. He had a good run out of Deer Leap and took the inside line down to the first turn. Adam Carroll catching the GT4 battle now. Through goes 22. That's Godfrey Jones, GT3 Mercedes. Little bobble from Ross Gunn there. He drifts out wide. Alongside him comes Mike Robinson, and there's the leader, Adam Carroll. Going the long way around the outside. 3 wide, up against the pit wall. Safely through, and Mike Robinson, I think, has taken 5th away. Yes, he has, from Ross Gunn. And here comes the second place Aston Martin of Johnny Adam. Well, he finds his way by Ross Gunn and Mike Robinson. Ross Gunn trying to fight his way back past the Ginetta. Now he's got the GT3 third place battle behind him. Phil Keane with the green highlights in the BMW. Johnny Adam chasing after Adam Carroll. They both cleared the traffic, honours about even, except Adam Carroll has got the lapped Mercedes of the Jones brothers now between him and his closest rival, Rory Butcher in number 6, deep on the inside of the 407 car. This is really hard work for these GT4 drivers. Watch the battle in front. Ross Gunn has a lunge at Jamie Stanley, drifts out wide, so the door's open for Mike Robinson. One GT3 car's already gone by him, the Jones brothers, but now around the outside, the leader goes by 2. These GT4 racers need eyes in the back of their heads, don't they? Johnny Adam has cleared Godfrey Jones. Next up behind the lapped Mercedes is Phil Keane's BMW, and then closing in on him, the 4th place Ginetta. Gavin Kershaw closing in on the GT4 leader, Luke Davenport just in front, and trouble for Phil Keane. Oh, damage to the front of the BMW. He's hit somebody on the way down into the barriers. Now, there was a lot of traffic there, but I think we found our answer. Smoke and surely rear-end damage on Godfrey Jones's Mercedes. Yes, 2 + 2 equals trouble. Phil Keane out of the race. Race 2, British GT Championship at Alton Park. There's your GT4 leader, Luke Davenport, in the Tolman Motorsport Ginetta. C3 Ferrari going by him. Pit window is open, and a change for the lead. Gavin Kershaw stays out in the Lotus. Now the leader in GT4 as Luke Davenport makes his stop. He hands over to David Patterson, who gets the door open to help his co-driver out. Sounds like it's going to be very busy. There's your race leader, Adam Carroll, ahead of Johnny Adam, 007 Aston Martin. And it looks like the entire GT4 field has come in, barring Gavin Kershaw. Well, that's what happened in race 1. Didn't work out for Kershaw. There is your race 1 winner. So Graham Johnson on board and back behind Aston Martin 407. Jamie Chadwick's taken that over. Leader is in. Adam Carroll comes in to hand over to Gary Eastwood, and in comes Johnny Adam. He will hand over to Andrew Howard. So the lead battle in GT3 on pit road. Well, the pit stop is timed from when you enter the pits to when you leave it, allowing for the pit lane speed limiter and a mandatory minimum period at rest. Top 3 in each class in the race get 15, 10 and 5 extra seconds that they must spend in the pit lane. And as a result, out comes the Aston Martin in front. And I think that Ferrari is going to lose several more places as well. Oz Yusuf in the Lotus, he has just stopped and come back out right behind GT4 leader David Patterson, but not for long, sending it up the inside the first opportunity he gets. Well, there is statement of intent. He's got around half an hour to get in front and about 2 car lengths between them. Starting to pull in David Patterson down the straight. The Ginetta's on the brakes. The Lotus a little later closes right up under braking. Patterson drifts out wide, left it too late. Through goes Yusuf. Change of lead in GT4. And from the outside, Oz Yusuf tracks David Patterson through, forces the mistake. Patterson loses traction. The Lotus goes by. Fourth place battle in traffic with the orange nose Steve Tandy's Ginetta under real pressure now from champion Marco Attard in the Kyriakos BMW. And they're bolted up behind Terry Langley's GT4 Aston, too wide into the hairpin. Attard uses the grip around the outside. Much shorter line keeps Steve Tandy in front. He needs to clear this Aston Martin though. It's slowing him up, not deliberately, it's just not as quick. And look, they're being caught from behind. Here comes Gary Eastwood's Ferrari and the Aston Martin. That's Ahmad Al-Harthi. Tandy and Attard go by. That's the battle for 4th place. Meanwhile, our leader, Andrew Howard, his teammate Johnny Adam is in the pits and Andy's caught up with him.
Johnny's going well so far.
Yeah, good so far. Good start there. Car felt reasonably balanced throughout the stint. We didn't have a pit stop time there, so that's hence why we've got a little bit of an advantage. But Andrew's dealing with the traffic. I think he's got hopefully 2 or 3 clear laps in front of him there. So yeah, we'll see how we get on.
Well, that's what he needs, a bit of daylight, and you guys will be away.
Yeah, well, we had a dreadful first race, unfortunately. We got tangled up in an incident, but it's all about points, and it's important to score heavy at this round, so a win would be brilliant for us straight away for this year.
2 leaders on track at the moment, nose to tail. Oz Yusuf's Lotus 77 ahead of the GT3 leader, and that is Andrew Howard in 007. Let's send Andy scampering down to catch up with Oz Yusuf's teammate Gavin Kershaw in the pit road.
Well, I managed to keep the Ginetta honest. Handed it over in second. The pace isn't that quick. It's quite slippery out there. I think we've not done that much dry running. Ozzy's managed to get his head down, past him, pulled a small gap, but Moore and the Aston and people like that are keeping him honest. You know, they're trading times there, so this would be a good Easter present.
4th place battle in GT4. Both Aston Martin drivers. Will Moore ahead of Jamie Chadwick, the 16-year-old. In the 407 car, they're chasing David Patterson, who's 3rd. And here's the battle for 4th place overall. Steve Tandy, the orange and black car. Marco Attard, number 1 BMW. Then Gary Eastwood in the Ferrari. Andrew Jarman in that Aston Martin, number 27. He's now up because Ahmad Al-Harthi has had to pit with damage. A little further forward, Liam Griffin, car number 6. He lies in 3rd place. Lee Mole, the BMW in front. Change of livery for them. Oh, trouble for Will Moore in that group of cars in traffic. The leaders trying to fight their way through. Let's take a look what happened on board, down into Hizzy chicane. Contact from behind, I think, under braking. Jamie Chadwick goes bumping by. Looks like she got it all wrong under braking. Will Moore's car is in the pit lane. Stewards will look at that after the race. Back with Steve Tandy versus Marco Attard for 4th place here. Attard's got good drive off the hairpin, hasn't he? Tandy just takes the line away from him. This is real Oulton Park cut and thrust racing. And trouble too for Andrew Jarman, right front puncture. Through goes the battle for 4th. Past Oz Yusuf, he desperately tries to stay out of the way and successfully does so. Steve Tandy trying to break away from Marco Attard and use traffic to help him. Wait a minute, race leader on pit road, what's going on here? A stop and go penalty, and that allows Lee Mole to go through for the lead of the race. Oh, and Liam Griffin, the number 6 Aston, he's being held as well. A longer hold for him, away he goes. Well, that's because they were shorter in the pit stop than the 007 car. Out comes Andrew Howard in 2nd. Lee Mole, the race leader, was their pit stop clean. This now then the battle for 3rd place because they are in front of the number 6 Aston. Steve Tandy and Marco Attard, 3rd and 4th. And there is Andrew Howard. Well, they retired in race 1, a penalty for too short a pit stop in race 2. Again, Steve Tandy holding the inside line. This time, oh, Marco Attard almost got his nose up the inside, and there is traffic in front for Tandy to deal with. It's another GT4 Lotus. They're going to catch him. Halfway over the brow on the run down to Hizzy's blue flags wave. Tandy should get by before the braking area. The Lotus will desperately try and stay out of the way. Gary Eastwood coming up behind in the Ferrari is in 5th place now. So in fact, Liam Griffin dropped a couple of spots. Well, this is a more important battle now than it was. And it's going to become very important because we're hearing the 888 BMW is also being penalised. Their pit stop was not long enough either. In comes the race leader, Lee Mole, and that will hand the advantage back to who? Starting to lose track now, I think. Andrew Howard, the 007 Aston, will re-emerge in front. He will. There he goes across the line. And that may well make this now the battle for 2nd place between Steve Tandy and Marco Attard. At the line, they are in front as the 888 car is still trying to make its way out of the pit lane. Andrew Howard leads. And then Steve Tandy in the Ginetta in 2nd place. Ginetta's fortune certainly turning around this season so far, it would seem. There is Marco Attard in 3rd. Last lap, Andrew Howard looks to be clear in the lead unless there's any more dramas left here at Oulton Park. Oh, there is more drama. Gary Eastwood loops the Ferrari around out of Island Bend. No dramas there, though, with the barriers, so... Oh, but Hector Lester in the background, look, going very slowly as well on the last lap. The Ferraris both in trouble. And I'm not sure Hector Lester is going to make it all the way round. Blue flags waving, GT3 and GT4 cars unsure of when and where to pass. No worries, though, for Andrew Howard. Retired in race 1, victorious in race 2. 2013 champion wins at Oulton Park. Johnny Adam is delighted. And here is the battle now for 3rd place. Marco Attard being levered offline. Through will come the Aston Martin, or will it? Liam Griffin races into the stripe. I think the BMW got it by a nose. And there is the 888 car of Lee Mole. A little less manic in GT4, thank goodness. Oz Yusuf came out in 2nd place, took the lead and has driven away from everybody. Lotus claimed their 1st win of the season.
It's the Johnson Ginetta.
Goodness me, what a race.
Well, I think that's great.
High drama at the end at Oulton Park. Adam and Howard claiming victory, out fumbling their rivals, where Gavin Kershaw and Oz Yusuf win in the GT4 class.
It means a lot because I've really worked hard over the winter. We've done a lot of testing, a lot of training. I was very disappointed because I dominated in qualifying and the safety car caught us out. Otherwise we would have had a double header, 2 wings I'm sure, and we deserved it. So that was justice, I feel.
Just tell me how good that feels.
It's amazing, and listen, it's amazing because you win a race, and that is really, really cool. But it's amazing because how hard the guys worked, and the pit stop. I mean, the pit stop was unbelievable. In fact, so good, we got a penalty for it.
Yeah, what was the stop go all about?
So our pit stop, we were under by 0.01 seconds or 0.1 second, I'm not sure.
As long as the top step's still there.
Oh, yes, it's nice. It's a while since we've been on it, so it's really nice to be back on it, to be honest.
Race 1 win and 4th in race 2 leaves Liam Griffin and Rory Butcher on top of the points, but with everybody else in 2nd place, you can bet it is going to be a tight season. In the GT4 class, Ginetta lead the standings, but again, it is still wide open.
Well, congratulations to Johnny Adam and Andrew Howard for that excellent race win here at Oulton Park. But what's next for the British GT teams? Well, they've got a couple of weeks to get themselves ready for round 3 at Rockingham. We'll see you there.
On track, on road, on Avons.